American fugitive caught in Jamaica after on the run for 11 years. How was this possible for him to elude authorities for so long? Hi again and welcome. This is Links 007 TV. Let's talk. And when we return, we'll have the full and exclusive details of this to come on the program. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the program. This is Links 007 TV. Let's talk. This is the place where we discuss issues of national importance, global importance, or those situations that are buzzing in the news. So, a man wanted out of Pudding County on multiple child molestation charges was deported on Friday, November 18 from Kingston, Jamaica, and has been brought back to Georgia, United States, based on a report coming outside of local media. So the individual was on the run for 11 years and actually managed to elude authorities during this time. The man, who is age 71 years old, an American citizen who has been on the run for 11 years, was arrested last week in St. James and deported to his homeland of the United States to face multiple charges. The man has been identified as 71 years old charged Manord Rainey, who was deported from Kingston, Jamaica last Friday to Pudding County, Georgia in the United States. Rainey is being housed in the Pudding County jail without bond, a statement said on Monday from the Pudding County Sheriff's Office confirmed. In a statement posted on its Facebook page, the police officers in that country said that a warrant was issued in December of 2011, charges stemming from aggravated child molestation and sexual battery. Local reports were that on Tuesday, November the 15th, a raid was carried out in Norwood, St. James by officials from the Lottery Scam Task Force and the Fugitive Apprehension Team, the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch CTOC, and United States Marshal. Rainey was apprehended and taken into custody without incident, the statement said. During an interview at the Barnett Street Police Station in Montego Bay, St. James, Rainey acknowledged his identity and admitted that he had overstayed his visa. The visa he was issued with back in 2011 was valid for only 6 months, so he would have overstayed years in Jamaica, not knowing to authorities that he would have been there. I blame the local authorities for this, considering the fact that this individual would have been in the country for so long. He was given 6 months and somehow he managed to elude authorities and spend 11 years in Jamaica. So this would have been might be his main reason he visited Jamaica initially back in 2011, based on the fact that US authorities was hot on his heels and he realized that Jamaica was a simple Caribbean country away from the United States where he could actually just hide himself away for this period of time, which he eventually did for 11 years unnoticed by many. So the local authorities were actually lacking or slacking in their duties based on the fact that they allowed this individual to actually stay in the country for 11 years, considering the fact that he was just given 6 months to stay in the country, and those authorities did not really try to follow up on his whereabouts or not even publish anything in the local media to state that this individual had overstayed his time. So he managed to elude authorities in the United States and also Jamaican authorities for 11 years without becoming noticed by local authorities. I just can just imagine this individual. He might have been living life in Jamaica and been in the country for 11 years. He would have thought that he was actually living the best life, considering the fact that he was wanted in the United States and he managed to be in Jamaica for 11 years. So he have some real serious charges looming over his head for some time, and authorities sought to venture into the cool hills of Montego Bay, St. James, in actually to get a hold of this individual, and they were actually successful. So the raid was carried out And based on this, I am assuming that the authorities got some valid information that they went to these premises with a number of different agencies within the Jamaica Constabulary Force and also the U.S. Marshal Service in order to carry out a search of a property there where this individual was located. So he was extradited back to the United States and is now in jail pending his court date. But the authorities in Jamaica, they really need to do more about cases such as these, especially when individuals overstay their time in countries such as Jamaica. Because with our level of crime rate, we can't have individuals out there who are wanted in the United States for serious charges where they can do their criminal deeds overseas and see Jamaica as a safe haven where they can come, reside, and live amongst good law abiding citizens in our wonderful Caribbean island. But what happened in this case is a very unfortunate one, and the authorities really need to actually look into their mandate and try to see and not make something such as this happen again. Because just imagine what this individual could have done within the 11 years that he is actually residing in Jamaica and managed to elude authorities for so long. Over 10 years, this individual would have been on the run, and he was actually residing in Montego Bay, Jamaica. And we're not sure whether or not he was actually involved in any other criminal activities while he was there. So he would have actually been 59 there, about 60 years old when he arrived in Jamaica, and he would have stayed 11 years in the Caribbean island unknowingly to authorities. And now this individual was actually extradited back after so many years of residing in Jamaica. Now what I want to wonder, how did the authorities got information about where he was actually was, and how did they actually got the information in order to do a search of that property in Montego Bay, St. James, considering the fact that this individual would have been residing here for some time without knowing to authorities. And how did they actually get to execute such a plan with the US authorities in order to nab this individual? So the United States Marshals Service is the primary federal agency responsible for tracking and extraditing fugitives who are apprehended in foreign countries and wanted for prosecution in the United States. The agency has 4 region field offices in Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Colombia, and Mexico. With no jurisdiction outside of the United States of America, the U.S. Marshals Service is consistently networking to establish and improve relationships with foreign governments to enhance its ability to apprehend fugitives seeking refuge in countries such as Jamaica. So Rainey is being housed in the Pudding County Jail without bond. The Pudding County Sheriff's Office would also like to encourage anyone who may have been victimized by this individual to contact detectives at 770-443-3010 or send a tip via the free Pudding County Sheriff's mobile app with information. So checks made on the Paulding County website revealed that the individual, 71-year-old Rainey, was actually taken into custody by authorities and is being housed at that facility. So what happened to this individual is a very shocking story, and what transpired here in this case is one that goes to show that individuals can commit their crime and flee to Caribbean countries or countries that they believe that the level of scrutiny will be less minimized, based on the fact that this individual was actually wanted in the United States for some real serious offenses and fled to Jamaica and managed to elude authorities for 11 years in Jamaica without being noticed by local law enforcement officers based on that information. But all I can say that the local authorities need to do more in order to step up their game, because I know that many more individuals are out there that are wanted in the United States and they're actually residing in Jamaica, and the authorities are not doing anything, especially when they have information that can lead them to actually conclude that these individuals have committed some real serious crime and are wanted in the United States. Now, this individual would have been in the country for many years, and no one cannot even begin now to imagine whether or not he was involved in any criminal activities. We don't even want to go down that point, considering the fact that this individual would have been in the country for over 10 years, living among citizens and actually carrying out his life as he was a Jamaican citizen. He was just given 6 months in the country to stay, and he managed to stay in the country for 11 years, and the authorities did nothing about it. They did not search for this individual. They did not put out a public advisory informing that this individual had overstayed or whether or not. How did they actually know that this individual was actually in the country still, based on the fact that this individual could have been deceased visiting Jamaica for 6 months and you stayed in the country for 11 years? Now, considering that, where are the documents in order to ascertain or do checks on these individuals in order to make sure that they actually stay in the country for that requisite time given to them? But I just believe that the authorities should be held accountable for this one, because they're the one that allowed this individual to actually stay in the country for this level of time, considering the fact that he was actually wanted in the United States for serious charges. This is where do I believe I'm going to leave this report though. Thanks for watching. This has been Links 007 TV. Let's talk. You can just drop it in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this story. Peace out and have a blessed and productive day from the Links TV team.